Hello, I'm VJ Karana. Welcome to the second series of My Australia, the show about people from overseas having Australian experiences. Here's what's coming up. Thao climbs up one of Australia's most famous landmarks. Jason introduces his friends to Malaysian cuisine. And Shobbie learns to pull a beer. The Sydney Harbour Bridge is famous the world over, but you might not know you can climb up to the very top. I've done it once before, and let me tell you, the view is fantastic. Let's join Thao as she does what Sydney-siders call the bridge climb.
My name's Thao. I'm from Vietnam, and I came here when I was 17. I have one brother, and I live with my parents and my grandmom back in Vietnam. I was a really good student, like when I was a kid. I have been living in Australia for 4 years. What attracted me about Australia is environment here. It's really peaceful, it's quite clean. I live in a flat with a couple and just have a newborn baby. I study environmental science, but then I changed my major to chemistry, and my graduation was in May 2010. Sometimes on my day off, I may hang out with friends for a cup of coffee, and we go around window shopping. Sometimes I go to my uncle's place to play with my cousins.
Good boy.
The best thing about living in Australia is that you've been close to the earth, close to the sky, and in between earth and heaven. I don't know, it's something different that I guess, especially when you go to the beach. You can't see any border between the sky and the sea. You feel something in the same color. I think I'm quite emotional person. And when I write a diary, I put all of my feeling, my emotional into that, especially when in front of the beach. You feel close to nature. I think Sydney Harbour Bridge is famous all over the world. I have seen it a lot, but I have never climbed up it, so I think it would be very challenging and very interesting for me to try something that a lot of people dream of. I'm eager, nervous, and worried, but most of the time I think I'm very excited. I used to be scared of heights. What I can learn from climbing Harbour Bridge is gain my confidence. I tell myself I can do it, then I'm sure that I can do it. When you climb up to the top, you can have a feeling that you're close to the, like sometimes when I look in the bird, like flying on the sky on the beach, just today I feel like maybe I would be one of the birds that's flying on the sky. It's quite high actually. It'd be great if I can go up there, it'd be good. Yeah.
So welcome to Bridge Climb, Thao. We're going to put you into one of our harness belts. So this is our little slider that we'll be connecting you to the bridge with.
Yep.
So everyone's always nice and safe.
I'm very excited, yeah. Going to do something awesome. I want to do it right now, yeah.
So welcome to the Sydney Harbour Bridge, Thao. Have a look at this. How good is this? Hey, this is my workplace. I'm out here every day.
You're lucky.
It's a beautiful workplace.
Very lucky.
And then we're going to go right out over the harbour on this catwalk. What do you think of the Sydney Opera House?
It's beautiful.
Spectacular.
Yeah, she's beautiful, yeah. If you come to Australia, you have to go see it.
You've got to see the bridge.
You've got to see
the Opera House.
Yeah.
So you too could be a climb leader. Thao, we'll train you up.
Yeah, I take it. Wow, look at that.
Bradley's Head, North Head, Watson's Bay, Camp Cove, Manly, Bondi. Check out the view of the arch.
Yeah, I was really happy to have two awesome climb leaders, Dean and Leon. It encouraged me a lot, and we have a lot of talk about his story and everything, and the view and their life.
Stand like this.
Yeah.
Can you imagine to step over a metre gap where you're right over Sydney Harbour, as he did?
That's scary. That's scary. Not like now. Did anyone die from it?
16 people died.
Oh, God.
And of those, 6 died by falling off. So my great-uncle Albert was involved with building the bridge. Well, he was a riveter. He was one of the guys that were basically working the 16-kilogram pneumatic hammers for pushing the rivets through the steel. Well, I think he'd be pretty happy to know that I'm involved in the bridge as much as he was. Best job in the world.
See everything here.
You can pretty much see a lot of Sydney from here.
Yeah.
How good is this? On the
Right.
Sydney Harbour Bridge.
Woo!
134 metres.
Yeah, yes. I feel awesome, yeah. I feel like I'm a bird. The highest, yeah, it's like really cool. I feel like I think it's the highest place I've ever been in my life. Like, I have never been any higher than that, so it was a great experience, actually. Yeah, I really enjoy it, yeah. And I feel that I'm not scared of high at all, not at all. Before, I thought I was really nervous or scared, but actually I wasn't at all. Like, I feel very comfortable, and I think it's just because I think I enjoy it. That's why I forget about all the height, all about the anxiety and worries. I think if I can do it, this one now, I can do more and more challenges in Australia. And I really encourage people to do the same thing.
That's Thao, on top of the bridge and on top of the world. Our next guest, Jason, is about to share some of his Malaysian culture with his Australian friends. I went to Malaysia on holiday a couple of years ago and the food was amazing. So let's see what Jason and his mates are going to cook.
My name is Jason Leach and I come from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Yeah, when I was a kid, I was like a young, chubby kid and I was just enjoying life, just being very carefree and happy-go-lucky. Played a lot of Lego and computer games. I remember memorizing the TV schedule back-to-back once, and it was really, it was a happy moment. Kuala Lumpur it's a bustling city. There's a city of 2 million or more people, and it's a very exciting place to be in. On a Sunday, I go to church, and I'm involved in a church back home, and it's been really fun being with a youth group and having a sense of community over there. I like calling group photos, so if someone hears the word group photo, they know it's Jason already. And that's where memories are made, and I believe that all these last a lifetime, and my motto is always to meet people and to make opportunities. I'm studying law. I did my first 2 years in a college in Malaysia, and the balance of my 2 years here in the University of Tasmania. I live in John Fisher College, which is part of the accommodation services under the university. And I love my room. The view of it is fantastic. When I came here, it looked a bit, at first, when you come in, it was a bit quiet and things were not happening, you could say. But actually, when you know the people and when you know the activities around Hobart, it actually gets really exciting and really fun. And I started to enjoy Tasmania, and actually I'm in love with it right now. I started this group called Happenings in Hobart, and what it does is I inform the members in this group about the activities that are happening in Hobart, from the university activities to what's happening in the city. And there's more than 200 members now, and for example, I'm planning to organise this Malaysian Merdeka celebration. We've got at least 80, and we are aiming for 100 people. So how long do you think this will take to cook?
About 2 to 3 hours.
2 to 3 hours?
Need to pause.
Right. Let's see. Hey, can you help me to clear the pot over there and just get the things? Okay. You can? Is it possible? I'm actually feeling very excited. I'm feeling, I can't wait for it to happen, but yet I'm actually I'm very grateful as well for the friends who have volunteered to help me and those who say that they're behind me.
Chicken curry too. We're making chicken curry for 80 people. So there's 3 large pots of chicken curry now. So we're trying to not make it so much spicy so that everybody can enjoy it.
You know, you don't get to say very often that I've cooked for 80 people for the night, and this is one of the opportunities to do so. As for now, everything's all planned out and we'll see if it runs smoothly. This one's really nice actually. So, yeah. So after that, that will be the performances. So when our mic stands come, Silas, could you help me to just put the mic stands in a way where the microphones point upwards? All right, I'll go set up the PA and I'll let you all know. Thomas, you need to follow me, yes? Could you like grill the satay outside where they can see you, but you could carry the food like
around inside?
Yeah. Trends. If they come in here, you just lead them to there. Hi, hello, good to see you.
What are you doing here?
We can't grill here because there's fire alarms.
So we have to do it
Outside there, yeah.
outside there?
Yes, yes. Oh, Chibun, I need your hand right now with the screens because it's not working. Can you come to Peppers now? Yeah. The projector isn't working. Getting a bit nervous right now.
Just for speeches or is it for
No, it's for singing.
It's for singing, so there will be more than one more.
Yes. So once you press this, it would work. Oh yeah. Close it for now. Yeah. I could have, yes. Still haven't got the screen fixed yet, so we're hoping it'll get done. But everything else looks good so far. People are coming in and yeah. I'd like to start by saying today is Malaysia's Independence Day. It is the 31st of August and the day Peninsular Malaysia received its independence and later Malaysia on the 16th of September 1963. We are celebrating this in conjunction with the Malaysia's National Day celebrations. And how we're going to start it off is with food. Let's start, as Malaysians, we should be gracious. Let those who are not from Malaysia have the food and get to go first, okay? So all those non-Malaysians, enjoy your meal. Thank you. Come again. Before I came to Australia, I had never thought of doing something like this. I just thought I'd come in and embrace the Aussie culture and learn about everything Australia. But I realized that that's not the case. That me being a Malaysian is like, you know, it's so full, your cup overflows and you've got to do something being Malaysian. It just exuberates out of you. Yes. Yep, it's a big sigh of relief right now, knowing that everything is turning out well. The photographer is here, the screen is fixed, the food is done, and everyone's just enjoying themselves.
Instead of the international student community being an add-on to the university, it needs to be a really integral part. And there is so much diversity within the university because of them and within the university naturally that the more we can see that become more visible, I think it just reminds everybody that we're living in a very big world and the way to connect to it is in relationship with people.
Tonight is a very special night as we're celebrating the Malaysian 53rd Independence Day.
Singing the national anthem in Hobart itself, it just keeps me inspired to know that I'm in Malaysia and I could do something for Malaysia. Okay, 1, 2, 3, Merdeka! Thank you so much for being part of this historic event for Malaysians in Hobart and in Tasmania. Coming here, I really felt like a stranger at first, but after being here and meeting the people, I got to realize that they are friends that can last a lifetime here, and they've all came to support here, and I'm feeling really welcome now. Even I celebrate this the amount of support, it's crazy. Merdeka! One last time, Merdeka! Okay, give a hand to yourself. Thank you. All right.
I don't know what was more impressive, the food Jason cooked or that incredible dancing. After the break, Shobbie learns the art of serving food and drinks and discovers it's harder than it looks. Stick around. Hi, have you ever worked as a waitress?
Yeah.
What's it like?
Horrible?
Have you ever worked as a waitress?
No, I haven't.
Okay, what's the hardest job you've ever done?
Being a mum.
Have you worked as a waitress?
Yep.
What's the best thing about it?
Well, I used to work at Darling Harbour as a waitress, and we used to dress up in character, and I was duty-free, the airline hostess.
Duty-free.
So, yeah, it was great fun. I know, good to mix with the public, good laugh.
The wave hit the boat, boom, boom, boom. Chandeliers rattled, the chandelier dropped, went down, bounced off his head, which was bald, bounced off, hit his nose, landed in the bowl of soup, splashed all over him. I just stood there and looked down and said, I'll get the manager.
How many plates can you carry?
Yeah, in London I used to work at Chicago Pizza Pies. We had really big trays, so I don't know, 20 plates or something.
How many plates can you carry at a time?
4.
And did your right arm get bigger because of that?
Oh, yeah, huge. Big muscles one side, though.
What's the largest amount of tips you've ever earned in one night?
Interestingly, it's when I worked for a government department, I came away $300 in tips.
Oh, I think about $400.
Well, we've heard some different views about being a waiter. Let's join Shobbie as she learns the ropes.
I'm Shobranaya and I'm from Malaysia. I spent most of my childhood in my head. I was, a dreamer. I was chronically hyperactive and sickly. Friends would describe me as crazy, probably a bit eccentric. Because I come from Borneo, I'm not used to a metropolitan life. I'm not used for things being really fast-paced. So Adelaide was a really nice mix of activity and the slow and comfortable pace that I find perfect.
You're going to lose at that rate. Look at.
Shoo! Backseat chest girls. I live with my sister and her partner. Comes around sometimes. My hobbies are stereotypically nerdish. I enjoy knitting simply because I have very bad hand-eye coordination. I'm currently studying communications and mass media in UniSA, McGill campus. Jodie George or Robert Bloomsfield?
Jodie.
Lucky! She's awesome. I've always wanted to work in a bookshop, and Unibooks is very convenient because it was on campus already. I got the job basically because I harassed the manager until I got the job. Performing, it's a mix of excitement and nervousness.
This big bulging cortex. Such knowledge. Such wisdom.
Your odor. A hint of flaxseed, a dash of pomegranate.
Just a touch of sun-dried rose petal.
It's fun. It's something I would never give up because even in school I was in the play groups and I was in public speaking, so the stage calls to me.
Stop! You're overwhelming me with your sharp poetry.
I want to do bartending. I want to learn how to make drinks simply because it's one of those things you never learn back home. It's just learn new hobbies and new skills and things that you would never have known before. The social aspect of knowing how to mix a drink, it's like being a bartender is not just serving drinks, you're a social person. Like, you get to meet a hell of a lot more people. To come to a point where you can actually walk around with those plates without having to be worried about dropping them, or to know a wine off the top of your head, to know how to mix a drink, or to know what a drink is made out of. That is what I'm looking forward to.
Are you right with weight?
Yes, I'm good with weight.
Okay, let's do the 4th plate. So, is that weight all right?
Yeah. I'm a bit worried about getting yelled at. I wasn't really into the clubbing scene back home. I didn't get much of a chance to go into it, but the few times I did, one of the things I remember was you had to buy the bottle. Buying one bottle allowed entrance for like 5 people.
Small.
I didn't realize how hard it was actually going to be physically. I thought it would be mostly coordination, but it isn't. The plates are actually very heavy, and to not spill a drink actually requires a lot of coordination. I have no idea how people do this professionally. I have no idea. It's really very hard.
Doing very well.
Thank you.
We're off.
I am most nervous about the plate carrying because for the first time I'm meant to do 6 plates tonight as opposed to 4, and these are very heavy plates. So I hope I don't drop anything. Drinking culture back home, I think, is a little different from what it is here. Because Malaysia is a Muslim state, drinking isn't as widespread as it is here. Finding out that there's literally a bar in every suburb was a bit of a shock.
It looks too small. My computer thing.
Okay.
Oh. Make sure you keep some head on there.
Not enough head. And leaked. I did 6 plates. Awesome! I've only ever done 4. I did 6 today. I didn't drop anything. I didn't break anything. I nearly did, but I didn't break anything. After today, I'll probably get put into a placement, and I'll find out if my skills are worth it in the real world. This is the last part of my bar and waiting course. It involves work placement, and I was placed in the Boho bar. I am very, very excited. This is work placement, this is real stuff, and I hope I don't drop anything.
Duck curry, and it's actually pretty spicy. It says mild, but I tell people that it's actually got a bit of a bite, so they know, because a lot of people are like, oh, it's mild on the menu, but it's too hot, like I need some yogurt.
Wimps.
Yeah.
Good, it shatters.
You right?
Yep.
So we've got all the cutlery here, the plates, napkins, everything you need at the table, so...
It's nearly 12 o'clock when the restaurant's going to open. We've just gone through like the basics of service and how they run it here in the Boho bar, and I'm really nervous. Hi guys, you ready to order?
You're in a hurry or?
My first customers have just come in. I am excited, but I'm very nervous, and I need to go get their order. And are you ready to order?
Not quite, just a couple more minutes.
No problems. Take your time.
Thank you.
Cool. Chat. I just served my first drinks. It was a little shaky, but I didn't spill anything major, so it was good, and everyone was nice, and everyone's being so polite about it, so I'm very happy. Balancing the tray is actually very tricky because when you pull a drink off, you got to make sure the ones on it aren't spilling. Hi. And this is...
Oh, the brown's mine.
Yours, no problem. And yours.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Enjoy yourself. Are you ready to order?
Yes, we are.
Hit me.
I have to have the apple and pear for lunch.
Ooh.
I am.
Just dessert.
Go for it.
Just dessert. Right?
There is a saying, eat dessert first because you never know when you're going to die.
That's right. That's right.
Well, hopefully not during.
No, not right now, but Australians have an excellent sense of humour. Even when something's going wrong, there's always something to laugh about. And this is one of the most beautiful things about working with Australians. And it's being social, there's always polite, there's courtesy. Throughout this course, I actually learned that alcohol is a science. It's not something that you just drink to get drunk, or a lot of young people look at it that way. It's actually about taste and about the pleasure and what matches the food. And the Australian life it's a whole package. You've got to enjoy your alcohol as part of the meal.
Shobbie did really well today. We do get a lot of new people coming in, and I'm often training them up, and she did really well. I was really impressed. She takes a lot of initiative, and she's obviously got confidence, which really helps, and it's always nice to have a bubbly personality around customers.
The hardest thing today would definitely be carrying out the dishes and taking out the drinks and just the physical labour of it. It is very intensive, and I didn't know how intensive it would be because so far in training it's been empty plates. And it's a lot harder with actual food, but it was still manageable.
Capsize?
I was surprised at how well it went. I didn't make any mistakes. I didn't fall, I didn't trip, I didn't break anything. And it just went smashingly. It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be.
Well done, Shobbie. I'd say pouring a beer is a very important skill to have. Well, that's it for My Australia today. Here's what's coming up next week. Tiara plays the fascinating sport of roller derby. Suhasini goes to a bush dance. And Gustav earns some cash selling paintings at an art market. See you then.